Alright guys, so I get to work on this old Chevy truck here. It's a 97 two-wheel drive 1500. Is this even considered a Silverado?
Probably.
K 1500. K is four-wheel drive. Wow. I just think they just call this the C 1500. C 1500. So we're going to make transmission lines. We're going to do a trans service, cross member blocks that. So we're going to jack the tranny up so I can ninja my way in there. But what I was just saying to Caleb in April was that was one form of harassment by the police department, right? Waiting down the end of the street for me, and then coming to my house and having a discussion with April.
Well, what, this is the second or third time?
This is the second time that waiting down the end of the street. And then I didn't have to stop, I just did it on my own. Just to show them that I'm not trying to do anything wrong, right? So when I told Caleb, I said, this is a form of harassment now, since it's the second time, and I've done nothing unlawful. So if there's going to be a third time, then we're going to consider as harassment from the police department, right?
There's a pattern.
There's a pattern. So we're developing a pattern. Besides me just going to work every day, right? My taxes are paid. I own my home. I don't have a mortgage or a note. I own my home. Taxes are paid in full. So I would say I'm a good resident of Pennsauken, right? Besides, I'm in the auto repair business, which sometimes you have loud cars and sometimes you don't. But I'm not breaking any laws, and if I was, right, I would have gotten a ticket, and then I would have to go and challenge that law for disturbing the peace or whatever creative stuff that they come up with, right? So we're going to consider it harassment right now. This is how I feel. It's not a matter of opinion. It's a fact that there was one police officer, and I saw him, and then April called me as he approached my home and property, questioning the white vehicle, which is my car, undoubtedly, and we didn't deny it or anything. I just didn't drive that car to work that day. So,
What white car?
well, white car, but so one, and then today would be two, right? So let's go three. And actually said, hey, write me a ticket for not producing insurance and registration. No big deal. I'll pay my tickets, or I'll produce my registration and insurance card. So we're going to document this, right?
Do you have a glove here?
I don't know what harassment charges to a resident who's doing nothing unlawful equates into a lawsuit, but I'm sure it does, right, Caleb? There's people out there.
You can make one, yes.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's plenty of people who have sued the police department for unlawful harassment. And we're going to see. So I'm not going to stop driving and doing what I love within the law. So the law says that as long as it's a licensed vehicle, I can make noise between 7 a.m. and 11 p.m. Nor do we ever complain about anybody else on the block for partying in their loud vehicles. You know, we're kind of like a motorhead neighborhood, right? We have an old school car across the street that's loud, and he revs his car in the driveway for hours, and his tailpipes are facing my house. And our street is very narrow. If you had two cars on each side of the street, you would barely be able to get through. That's how narrow our street is. So imagine a neighbor across the street that has a small block on turbo straight pipe turbo mufflers, and it doesn't run good, and he's revving it for hours because he doesn't really know what he's doing, in my opinion, although he has a hot rod. You don't call him complain, he does it for hours, and he's right across the street from me. I have a right to complain, but I don't. And then we have Janine, who's my favorite neighbor. She has a daily driver hot rod that makes a little sound, but she's completely within the law, and there's nothing to be worried about there. And then we have another neighbor that has one that's louder than hers, with a black vehicle, so white, black, and I think the neighbor's car is cream or yellow Chevelle convertible or some shit like that. Never complain. But we have three neighbors who party all the time, and it's loud. The music is loud. I can hear it from 30 feet away, and it's past 11 o'clock, and the voices. That's disturbing the peace. So if you're having a party and I can hear your party 30 feet away from my house and I don't like it, you're disturbing my peace. After the law says you can't disturb the peace, so we don't complain. And for someone to bitch and complain and cry, I don't know. Go find something else to do. I'm literally in my neighborhood with my car for probably 30 seconds. Start up to the street, right? Private property to the street, down the street now, 30 seconds, and I'm on my way to work. It's not like I'm sitting there for hours idling and revving and warm up procedures or anything shit like that. I'm not speeding. So I'm going to say I'm being harassed right now. And I wanted to document it because I did one video about it. I'm going to do another video about it. And then if there's another one, we're going to do another video about it. But this time I'm going to have the law printed out and have it so that if the police officer doesn't know the law, he's just reciting, he knows that code. I'm going to say, okay, well, here's what it says. So show me where it's unlawful to do this after 7 a.m. because I don't leave my house until 7:50 every day. 7:50 every day I leave my house and I go to work. And then I come home, and I come home before 11 p.m. every day. So I'm not unlawful. I'm not violating state inspection guidelines because my vehicle does not require any type of state inspection or emissions inspection or safety. There is no safety inspection in New Jersey. And that's the way it is. So let's get this apart, and I'll bring you back when I got something to show you.